What's up y'all, Jmaculate here. In this video, I'll be going over my workflow on the Lofi-12 XT. We'll start with sample chops, then layering drum sounds, adding a bass line, and finally using a pattern copy technique to add some variations to the sequence. Let's get to it. Here I'm using the 1010 black box to trigger samples that I'll record and arrange on the Lofi-12. Let's listen to what we're working with today. We're going to record that onto the Lofi-12. Here I chop up the sample by tapping the pads as the sample plays. Not precise, but this method can be helpful for quickly sketching ideas. As you can see, there's a lot of the sample left to chop, but the Lofi-12 only has 15 pads. To work around this, I'm going to load the sample to track 2 and set the playback to start where the track 1 chops ended. Then I'll do the lazy chop like with the first track. Here I set the chops of each track to a single mute group, so when I trigger a chop, it cuts off the one that's currently playing. Okay, now that the sample chops are set up, let's punch in a quick pattern. My approach to making beats is to have a simple pattern like this loop, then to audition drum sounds and construct the rhythm section on top of the basic pattern. Then once I have the drum samples arranged, I come back to the sample chops and re-record them with the drums playing. Let's start with the snare. Now that I've got that recorded onto the Lofi-12, I'm going to punch it in on step 5 and step 13. Next up is the kick. going to record it to the Lofi-12. When sequencing the kick, I usually punch in a few notes, then record the ghost notes while the sequence is playing. Once I have the ghost notes recorded on a 16-step track, I doubled the sequence so it's 32 steps. Then I delete some of the ghost notes from the first 16 steps, and some from the second 16 steps. Next up is the hi-hat. I generally record all the notes of the hi-hat track while the sequence is playing to give it a bit of groove. Add an open hat as well. Let's do the bass line next. Now that we've got the rhythm section dialed in and the bass line sketched out, I'm going to save this pattern and then create copies of it where I can add variations, such as having different sample chops play. Now in the copied pattern, I'm going to delete the sample chops that I punched in and play a new sequence. I like that sequence, so I'm going to save and name the pattern. I generally name the patterns of the same beat with the same name, but put a number at the end, like 1, 2, and however many other patterns there are for that beat. Now let's go back to the first pattern and record a better take of the sample chops there. those chops sound good, so I'll save and name this pattern as well. We have one unused track, so I'm going to try adding a guitar sample. I really like the workflow of this sampler. The step sequencer has a lot of great features like being able to punch in notes quickly and nudge them off grid. You can also play notes live while the sequence is playing, and pattern management's pretty simple too. Well, that does it for this video. Thanks for watching, see you next time.